Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Grifols Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at grifolsplasma.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's this guy. His name is Sam. And Sam just did an interview with Vice after a hacker got control of a Wi-Fi chastity belt while he was wearing it. And
this is a thing?
I guess. So, yeah, they...
Wish I would have known about this before Christmas.
I don't know, buddy. You'd be in trouble like Sam because they got control of his Wi-Fi belt, the chastity belt, forced him to pay money to remove it. They took control.
Now, these are hackers that think outside the box. Because everybody's thinking about, let's hit up companies, let's hit up banks, let's hit up old people. This one's like, there's a market for people who have Wi-Fi chastity belts. We can totally book them for cash.
Yeah, Sam said, initially I thought it was my partner. I got a bit excited by it. But when he called and gave her their safe word, he realized, wait a minute, it wasn't her, it was hackers. And they messaged him and demanded $1,000 in Bitcoin to unlock the chastity belt.
Which is called the cellmate. And I don't even know what to describe it. It's like a jockstrap on steroids.
A jockstrap mixed with like those lock boxes you see outside of like certain businesses or houses where people keep their keys inside. It looks like one of those.
I'm never going to look at a house for sale the same. I mean, I think that's not a doorknob. It's inside of it.
Wow, and this dude was walking around with this thing.
You put your hot dog in.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh, they use the carrot for an example.
Yeah. So you put your carrot inside the lockbox thing, and wow.
That would be awkward if you pull up to the urinal next to somebody and all of a sudden you hear some weird sounds.
Yeah, that's... So, of course, he didn't want to pay the money, so he and his partner took bolt cutters to the chastity belt.
I don't even know if I could do that.
And they were actually able to get it off, but not without a little pain. Sam said, quote, I don't have a scar or anything, but I was bleeding and it effing hurt. Okay. Now, as far as we know, he's not planning on suing the chastity belt manufacturers or anybody, but he's not planning to use digital adult products anymore.
No? Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah. Back in October, there was a story about a security flaw that could have allowed hackers to lock all of these devices at once. So I guess that's what happened. Here's a member of the UK security team explaining the device and how it can be hacked.
The idea is that you put the appendage in here, you then put a clamp on, and you're then well and truly locked in. It's that smart, so it's locked over Bluetooth, so you'd use a smartphone to lock it. You'd then give permission to lock to someone else that you trust, who then has control over your device. Unfortunately, an insecure direct object reference in the API meant you could take over everyone's chastity device and lock everybody in. And believe it or not, there's no key on here or override. The only way to get out is to cut through this, which is hardened steel. And given where it's at, that's going to be quite difficult to get yourself out of.
We're still talking about the device that's still. Right?
Oh, man, dude.
Why wouldn't you have like in case of emergency, hit this button?
Or something. Yeah, that's pretty lame.
So if you do have to go number one, you have to have somebody unlock it. It looks like, right? There's no
opening. I just assumed there should be something where you should be able to do that without you. You know, okay.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
the things I'm googling today.
Yeah,
right.
I guess it's probably good that you would have that. Well, see, I would never be able to have that. I have to go number one so much. Are you kidding me?
According to some quick searching, it takes some practice, but you can.
Oh, you can. Okay,
take some practice. What kind of practice? Well, I'm not asking these questions.
I mean.
I'm glad I don't have whatever
I'll send you the link, Steve.
Whatever wiring a person has to want to do this. I'm glad I don't have that wiring. I got some other crazy wiring in my head, but I'm glad I don't got that.
I'm just on Amazon. What am I doing? I share my Amazon with my wife. I'm doing a search for this on Amazon to see if it's available.
Hey, it's only 2 weeks till Valentine's Day.
Oh, Vicky's got it. Yeah, apparently it's there. Put that on your wish list.
Well, now you're going to have to explain to your wife why you need a chastity belt.
Oh, yeah, now I can see. Yeah, there is a spot where they could go number one. $188 for this thing, BJ.
Yeah, and that way I can take it over and lock it in for you. Seems like a great deal.
It's just cheaper to get the non-Wi-Fi ones, the metal cage ones.
Oh,
not that I would know.
No, of course you wouldn't know that.
I mean, if you got to get the top of the line. You can start your car now with a cell phone.
Yeah,
and apparently also
and your husband
disable your thingamajigger.
Yeah. I guess it's probably good, it just adds to the fun in the bedroom. I get it, but I do not want my boys or anything near that kind of equipment.
Again, though, hackers, this is some diabolical crap that they're doing. They realize that this thing existed. They probably saw the video of this guy saying there's a potential of it being hacked, and granted, we're really narrowing our audience, but we could potentially get a lot of money from people that would be too embarrassed to do anything otherwise.
And of course, they wanted Bitcoin. Because it's the shadowy currency, everybody.
Well, they got to buy their stocks on Robinhood, apparently.
Well, yeah, you need to do that. So Gizmodo.com asked a bunch of sound experts to name the sound that humans find most annoying. And we got some of their responses. We got five sounds that people can't stand. One is very bizarre, and I imagine, man.
Is it that sound, take the trash out? That's a very annoying sound.
Very specific. No, that's not on the list.
It's a weird sound. I hear it from time to time.
Yeah. You could maybe attribute that to voices of people you've been stuck with during the pandemic. Okay, that could be that.
I'm not saying that.
I mean, that's number 5. So,
what about babies screeching?
Babies screeching?
Not crying, but or maybe just like toddlers when they just do that ear-piercing screech.
Oh, yeah, Todd, like when kids are playing in a park and and they're just screaming for no apparent reason. Yeah. You're like, stop screaming.
Yeah, just learn volume control.
Yeah, I've seen that where parents have said, you're going to have to not be on the jungle gym anymore if you make that sound again. But I feel bad for the kid because it just seems like, well, that's what they do.
Well, I'd rather them do it outside than inside because it just really echoes inside. It's worse.
That is not on the list, at least not in the top 5.
Dang it.
Anybody else have a guess? The most annoying sound that humans do not dig?
Sirens in the middle of the night.
Ooh, yeah, those are not fun, but no.
Also, siren sound in in a song or somehow they always say don't play siren sound effects on the radio because you're messing with your audience.
Oh, that's right.
But when there's a siren in a song, sometimes I have, and I'm like, well, am I speeding when I'm doing it? I'm looking around, I don't see any lights. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, it's a damn song I'm listening to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I agree with that one. Not on the list, but that's a good one.
One that's been bothering me lately is that my little foster brother has learned to do this. He'll grind his teeth, and that noise just gets me every time. And there's no way to tell him hey, knock it off, because he doesn't understand that that's what's bothering me.
Or does he?
I mean, he is a little.
I mean, they say that once you realize your kids are playing you, they've been playing you longer than you even realize.
Yes.
Someone said, how about annoying sounds my dog drinking?
Your dog drinking?
I don't mind my dog. I like that sound because I know that she's staying hydrated.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I guess it depends on the dog. That's not on the list either. This one I had going on for a long time. It's finally over because the house is built, but
construction.
Yeah, it's basically things that our neighbors do that we can't control, whether it be throwing parties, construction, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes right now they're doing obviously a lot of construction, a lot of development. It's not bad, but every once in a while when you're trying to watch a show and you just constantly hear a hammer, and it's I don't know why, but I kind of wish they would just stay on the beat, because sometimes they'll have a rhythm to it, and I'm as a musical guy, I'm kind of creating a pattern in my head, and then all of a sudden they stop, and I'm like, all right. Guys, I'm working on a song with you.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
So
The drummer in
disrespectful.
you.
Right.
Number 3. So we got number 5. We got number 2. Number 3 is old school, and that is actually a clue.
I don't know if this is...
It's a big clue. It's old school.
A typewriter.
That's a good call.
See, that sounds awesome to me.
See, I'm not sure if Vicky and Danny are old enough. I said it was old school.
My mom was a
a
typing teacher.
Yeah, it's not typing.
Oh, okay.
But it is old school.
Old school.
Like a bell?
Well, that's the clue. So So it's old school, and it's
Will Ferrell?
old school.
Will Ferrell,
Yeah,
you're right.
Will Ferrell's hella
That's it.
annoying.
Yeah, old school is back in the day. That's a phrase when you say, "Oh, this is old school." It's back in the day, but it's also old school.
You saying it over and over is not helping.
Well, old school is the clue, and school is the clue.
Right.
So
So
what is
that's
something from back in the
typewriter.
day that happened in the school that would be the most annoying sound you'd ever hear? Oh, you don't remember this?
The most annoying sound
That
was,
you could get
we
in
have your
school.
mom on the phone. We know you pooped your pants and you're stuck in the stall. Please get out.
Again, highly specific. That was number 6.
That was
on the
second
list.
grade.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
was-
That was weird.
All
I needed to bring that
right,
up.
you guys are totally forgetting this, but we all remember we hated it, and that is chalkboard scraping.
Oh, like nails on a chalkboard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Any kind of scraping. But again, I think Vicky, Danny, did you guys have chalkboards
Oh, yeah,
or were you
we had
whiteboards
chalkboards.
by the time you kids were in school?
Maybe in kindergarten we had a chalkboard, but I just remember whiteboards.
We had both.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, yep, nails on a chalkboard for sure.
Yeah.
One person brought this up, and it's kind of an older thing, but it still exists. But they said the smoke detector. And I would even go one further.
Oh, yeah.
The random beep that goes
Yes.
off when the battery is low.
Oh, yeah. That's the smoke detector itself isn't a problem because you can shut it off. You're right. That beep, and then if you get multiples, you don't know which
That's
one it
the
is.
problem.
Oh, see, ours is super high tech, which I found out because we have. They had to replace them when we bought our house, 2 years ago. Ours is voice activated, or it'll say things. So it'll be it'll do that beep noise, but then it'll be battery low in the bedroom, and it's terrifying because it comes
Terrifying,
out
but
of
that's so nice.
it comes out of nowhere though, and it will scare the crap out of you, and plus it terrifies my cats.
Oh, well, we're sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That also is not on the
Man,
list.
that's some fancy ass detector, if you ask me, telling you where it is and what's happening.
I think that's fantastic, yeah.
Mine just does that little beep thing, and it pisses me off because I'm like, well, I gotta get batteries for all of them, apparently. Next thing you know, you're dropping those 9-volt batteries ain't cheap.
Okay, well.
And then you're buying like 6 of them, and that's a lot of money.
I have
You
one.
go to a gas station, they're totally looking at you like, what's wrong with you, sir? Why are you buying 6 of these? They've been collecting They've been collecting dust in our store for years. Finally, someone bought 9-volt batteries.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
see,
know.
ours are awesome. Yeah, they only do AA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they talk to us.
Man, you are on another level.
Yeah, I might have to
bought 'em.
talk about maybe replacing mine. I'll have to get someone to do that because I got one way high I can't reach. It's like on the roof, and so when that battery's out, it's like beep. You can't stop it.
How about
It
the
sucks.
car alarm that goes off behind my apartment building every day for 3 hours and turns it off?
Says right here, number 7, the car alarm behind Danny's apartment
Yeah,
building.
so
Is it the one that changes sounds? Like it goes through the whole 7 different sounds of car
No,
alarms?
at least that you can make up a song to. This
Yeah.
one's just the horn that just goes.
Yeah.
I like the one that goes.
I remember that one.
Wow. I think you have just, Steve, you just did the number one thing that's most annoying.
Thank you.
Steve trying to do impressions of sounds. The number one thing, I think when I tell you what it is, you'll all agree that's what it is.
A dog licking himself. That's what texted in.
A dog licking himself
It is a gross sound, man.
Okay.
There are times like, Lulu, knock it off. You're annoying.
I'm going to tell you number 1, but first let me tell you number 4, which is so oddly specific. Who are they talking to on this list? Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The number 4 most annoying sound to humans is a loud artificial heart valve, which creates a loud permanent sound coming from your body even when you're trying to sleep. That's number 4.
All right, that's oddly specific.
It's very oddly specific. Would they go to a nursing home for this one? I mean, what? Who's got a heart valve? I mean,
I imagine a lot of people, but that's still if you don't have one, you don't know that sound.
well, yes.
At all.
I mean, I don't know anybody that's got a heart valve that makes a noise that you could hear. Like you're talking to Jimmy, it's like, like, the hell is that? Should be coming from your pocket. Oh, that's my heart valve.
It's my heart. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah. Now, number 1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the sound we all hate, vomiting.
Oh. You know, it's the the pre-vomit sound. I think it's more annoying than the actual vomit sound.
The build up?
Yeah. They're like, I'm building. And then when it all goes, when it all happens, I'm almost relieved. I'm like, thank God you're done with that.
My dad, I swear, was a Broadway performer when he vomited because you just knew. Now, granted, we had a small house and one bathroom, but man, when he vomited, it was like, oh my! I like call the authorities.
Like
I don't
dry
think he's going
heaves and sounds.
It's just loud. Maybe the bathroom echoed it, but I have that memory in my head. Nobody else in my family I've ever remembered vomiting, but my father. And when he vomited, I swear the whole neighborhood. Now he was a loud man anyway, but man, it was like, is this Godzilla vomiting? What is happening in there with this poor guy? Yeah, it was just epic. And I can remember it right now. It's coming back to me. I'm in the living room going, Jesus, somebody go help that man.
Call the doctors.
So that's the number one sound, the vomiting sound.
So it's a cat hacking up at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably about the same.
Oh, yeah.
Your dog gagging right before it's about to go puke.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you ask Lulu, though, her most annoying sound that she deals with in our household, if you were wondering.
Oh, ask Lulu, yes.
Is me sneezing. She loses her mind. This dog goes nuts. I honestly, if I'm not home and I sneeze, I flinch because I'm afraid Lulu will just come out of like nowhere and just start barking at me. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, that dog.
She doesn't... Only my sneeze, and now Tatum's sneeze too pisses her off.
Aw.
When Sid sneezes, no big deal.
How is that? But why? Why is she so favoritism per lady?
She's got daddy's sneeze.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, that's what it is.
I guess.
She sounds
She's
like
got
your
dad's
sneeze.
appetite and gas as well.
Oh, okay. That Tatum did not get the good qualities. That's unfortunate.
She got my eyelashes. She got the great qualities, BJ.
Oh, all right. Well, she's got that going for her. Here's a question for you. Why would four guys eat 66 pounds of oranges in one sitting? Well, I'll tell you why. At 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Griffel Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at griffelsplasma.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Four guys in China were flying home from a business trip recently, and they were taking about 66 pounds of oranges with them. Okay.
Is there a good deal on oranges in China?
I don't know. I don't know where they were. You know, or maybe it was China and they were flying home from China. I don't know. But the airline told them there was an extra fee for shipping these oranges, approximately $46, which turned out to be 6 times what they paid for the oranges.
Again, why do they need that many oranges, though?
Maybe they thought they were really good and wanted to bring a bunch of them.
These are the best oranges ever. Let's get 66 pounds of them.
So what they did instead was like, well, we're not going to lose the oranges, but we're not going to pay to bring them home. So they decided for about a half hour, they wanted to eat all the oranges. And that's exactly what they did. That's 16 or 17 pounds of oranges per person.
Or they could have just paid $10 each to cover, or $12 each, or whatever it would be to cover the cost of the shipping. It's really, $46 is like a little steep as one person. You're like, that's kind of BS. But hey, guys, let's just split it up between us. it's not that much.
Yeah, they were not happy because they felt like that's way overpaying for these oranges. They weren't that good. We're not paying, 6 times.
Good enough for you to sit around and eat them all?
I know. These guys are not bright. I'm with you.
Or are they drunk and like, you know what? Screw you. We'll show you. And we're going to eat them all right in front of you.
Now, I have to say, I wouldn't have thought about this, but now it makes complete sense. You eat 16 or 17 pounds of oranges in a half hour, you're going to get a lot of mouth ulcers, which is exactly what happened to these guys.
I can't even eat one. Like I love Satsuma oranges, those little ones. I could eat 2 or 3 of them, but even if I eat one of them, all of a sudden I'll start feeling a mouth ulcer.
Oh,
like it's way too acidic for my mouth, and it sucks because I love oranges.
Yeah. Well, they got a bunch, and now they're saying we never want to have any oranges again. Good job, geniuses.
I just want to know so much about this story. Like, why is it so important to bring these oranges? I wonder.
I don't. Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, I can't imagine having an orange so good that I want to buy 46 pounds of it.
Like maybe I'd get a bag of them, like 5 or 6 to bring home. Like you got to try these oranges; they're fantastic.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, 17 pounds of oranges per person? No, thank you. Yeah. So,
is there anything you could eat that many pounds of?
Probably no name cake.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Chicken nuggets.
Yes.
Chicken nuggets. I think I'd have fun trying to crush several pounds of chicken nuggets.
I want to try. I still want to do the 100 chicken nugget challenge.
When do we want to do it? Let's do it.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
When COVID is over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's actually
because
true.
Oh, you can't get chicken nuggets till COVID's over? What do you mean? You can get it. You can still get them.
What I mean is that we can actually go to a McDonald's and sit there.
Yeah.
Because how else are we going to do it? We can't get chicken nuggets brought in the morning because it's before their lunchtime.
That's also true.
That's a good point.
And I don't want to try with any of the other fast food places. I think it should be the McNugget.
Yeah.
That is the Cadillac of nuggets.
Right. I agree with that one.
And I think that's what because they sell I think they sell the 100-piece somewhere. Right? I read
they at least sell a 20-piece.
Yeah,
and then you just kind of have 5 20-pieces.
5 20 pieces. Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Got it.
Plus, I want to have we should put GoPros on our heads. That way we could get the legit reaction of the cashier when we tell them we would like each of us. The 3 of us are ordering 100 chicken McNuggets each. So yes, we want 300 chicken McNuggets.
You just have the official nugget cam.
Yes, nugget can.
Nugget can.
I like it.
Do you think we could pull off? Do you think we could eat 100?
Yes.
No.
I think, man, I wonder what would be like if anyone's ever tried it and what was like was there a threshold? Like, was there a part where they were just like, yeah, I hit 50 and then it was just not fun anymore?
I think 50's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could do 20, no problem.
Oh, yeah, 20 is no problem. But I think 50 is when you start. You could do 50 and go, I probably should stop now, because your brain takes a little while to figure out what's going on in your stomach. So by the time you get to 50, you probably had too much, but you're starting to get the news flash is coming, but then you go, but you know what? I think I could do some more. But by that time, you really should have stopped at 50, because when the news flash comes up that you had too much, you've had way too much.
Do we ease into it? Like, like a marathon, you work your way to the point where you could do a marathon? Like we start with 40?
That's what
and then try and do 60?
That's what all the pros do.
I don't know. I might just go for it.
Just go big?
I'm watching a YouTube video of a guy who did 100 chicken McNuggets in 10 minutes.
And see, I don't want a time limit. I want to enjoy it.
I don't want a time limit either. I'm just saying in general, I think it's doable. And he's a skinny dude. So at that point, I don't think we'd have that much problem doing it.
That's 10 per minute.
Oh, I'm looking at him though. At around 70, he looks miserable.
Yeah.
He looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, see, and then you may never like them again.
He's also using barbecue sauce and honey mustard. He needs ranch.
Sweet and sour.
That would make it so much better.
Oh, see, sweet and sour. I keep forgetting about sweet and sour as a dip for chicken McNuggets.
Get that hot mustard.
See, everyone's got their thing, man, but I'm the right one.
That's important to know.
Sour, yeah.
I mean, I think that's how you're going to win, because Danny's going to be using ranch, and it's not going to be as good as sweet and sour to get it down there.
So it says there's about 50 McNuggets to a bag of nuggets. It takes shy of 4 minutes to cook 2 baskets simultaneously. There has to be a heat recovery time. It's going to take 20 to 30 minutes for them to generate that order from a former McDonald's employee.
Okay. You can do it.
We are going to piss off the person at McDonald's.
Yeah, you are.
And we're also going to be there for an uncomfortably long time.
That's fine.
And you're probably going to get sick there, too. They're going to love that as well. It's like, hey, thanks for coming to our restaurant, overeating, and then getting sick.
Not if that's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, I don't think you understand how this is going to work.
Let's just cancel at Thanksgiving. We don't go hang out with any of our families, and we just do this.
I like it.
My wife would love this idea.
And McDonald's will definitely be open for you.
They should be.
Yeah, it's only Thanksgiving. Why should they get a holiday?
I think they're open for a little bit of the day.
I think they are.
Are they really?
Yeah.
They've got to close by lunchtime. I mean,
So we show up 5 minutes before closing.
they have to close by lunch. Nobody's wanting McDonald's after, breakfast. I can see people wanting a tasty Thanksgiving Day breakfast. Go to McDonald's. That makes a great
every day, regular hours, according to
even Thanksgiving.
every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone
I
said-
want to know the person that's getting Thanksgiving dinner at McDonald's. I want to know that.
A single person. I probably have done that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've done that back when I first moved out here. I didn't
see,
have any family, and I didn't feel like going to somebody's house, even though you get the invite. I'm like, I tried that once, and it was super awkward. The person I went to, his mom was in a bad mood, and I was like, why did I come here? The nice thing about being away from family is I avoid family drama on the holidays, so I went to someone else's family and enjoyed his family drama.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. You might as well just stay home and have a good time.
Someone said I did 40 for a bet in order to get an Oreo McFlurry. The last 5 were tough, but I did it. And yes, I ate the McFlurry right after that from Shane and Chandler's.
See, that's the wrong. I mean, you can't enjoy the McFlurry after you've just pounded down 40 McNuggets.
On the flip side, I did try. I had Dairy Queen.
Oh, you mean the Blizzard?
Yes, but I went there and I got a burger. I don't know if you've ever had a burger at Dairy Queen. Underrated. It's really good.
Yeah, they're decent.
Yeah.
I used to work at the Dairy Queen, however they say
Brazier.
Sorry, I was going to say Brazier, but
I think it was Brazzers. I was like, what kind of naughty?
Yeah.
That's a different type of cream, man.
And the ones in New Mexico, they did like the chicken strip. If you ever get the chicken strip basket, delicious because it has the white gravy.
Well, I noticed that they also have like these weird nuggets on the display. I didn't order them, but they look like little pieces of tofu. Like I think they do like non-breaded like white meat nuggets.
Interesting.
That's cool.
But they have because they do like the mini blizzards.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's that? That's nothing. It's like just it's like
a
eating
taste
celery.
test. Yeah.
So that's been but the thing is the taste test between a McFlurry and a Blizzard because I've said nothing's better than DQ ice cream to make anything.
I didn't even end up getting the Oreo one. I pulled up. I wasn't even planning on getting a Blizzard, but I was like, oh, they got the small ones, and they had a red velvet cake
Nice.
Blizzard for a limited time only.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, man, the display just got to me. So I'm like, I ordered it, and it was freaking awesome.
See, I tell you, the Dairy Queen Blizzards are legit.
It's red velvet cake pieces and cream cheese icing blended with our world famous vanilla soft serve. To Blizzard perfection.
And I've never had a Blizzard, but that ice cream is so good that I know the Blizzard has to be amazing.
I can't believe you've never had a Blizzard.
Because I always like I like the consistency of the vanilla soft serve.
I mean, that's fine, but that's just like such a staple, and it's been around since like 1920.
And now you can do the little sampler.
Yeah, the sampler will make it easy. But see, if I'll do the sampler because I don't want to. I really like I like that vanilla cone.
So get a vanilla cone and get a sampler.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Or just get a flight of Blizzards. You know how they do like flights of beer? Just go in.
Yeah.
Order,
Do they do that?
They should. If not, then you could just order 4 different ones and try them all.
And now that you said that they're, because I wondered about their burgers and stuff I wonder how good they could be.
It's really good.
Turns out they're good.
Yeah.
And I actually got the chicken strips last week. They were ridiculous.
Oh, you got a DQ near you?
Yeah, like 4 minutes from my house.
Damn it. I mean, I have one in Bellevue, but it's a bit of I have to drive to you. I mean, it's it's not the easy. It's
Mine's
not right down
on
the street.
Meridian. It's right there.
Yeah, of course, everything's right there. Yeah.
Right there.
Everything's right there. Everything is right where you want it because you're Steve.
Thank you. Moved up you up. You wouldn't have this problem.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Then I got to move.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. So, Sesame Street, which obviously is a massive institution, it debuted back in 1969.
Nice.
Yeah. So how about Sesame Street? Like when somebody, you figure, well, what gave somebody the idea to actually put this show on television? And the creator said, you know what? Beer commercials. Beer commercials had us thinking we should do a show for children called Sesame Street.
Because nothing is more connected than beer and children.
You're absolutely right. As it turns out, Steve, at that time, there was a connection between beer and children. There's a new documentary called Street Gang, How We Got to Sesame Street.
Wait, the name of the documentary is Street Gang?
Yes, it is.
I need to watch this.
Yeah.
It's on HBO or HBO Max?
HBO. Well, it just says it's coming to HBO later this year. But
okay.
If you have HBO, you should be able to get HBO Max, right?
I know. I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Really, there was no debate or argument I was going to give you about this. I was just like, I wonder which one it's on.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking if you have HBO, but going, I hope it's on HBO because I got HBO Max, you can get HBO Max.
Right. It's on both. So it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Later this year, but there's a producer named Joan Gans Cooney who says, quote, every child in America during the 60s was singing beer commercials. And that's true. I used to run around going, Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. And I used to sing that all the time. And I was
really?
Yeah. So I know what they're talking about. They had catchy jingles for beer. And so that's what these folks at Sesame Street like. If kids can understand beer commercial jingles and still sing them, then maybe we can educate them via a show about singing and all sorts of stuff.
That's actually pretty brilliant.
Yeah, that's why they thought that, okay, then we're going to do this whole Sesame Street show to educate kids.
So beer jingles, I don't remember beer jingles growing up. I'm trying to think of any of, just off the top of my mind. The first thing I think of, it's not a beer jingle, but it was the best part of waking up. Folgers in a cup.
Yep,
that to me is the only jingle I could think of as a kid growing up. That and a slinky.
Wonderful girls and toys.
It's for girls and boy.
There you go.
See, I just remember the Ren and Stimpy version for log. It's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
I don't even know that one.
It's log, it's better than bad, it's good.
That's right. Oh, Ren and Stimpy.
What's the first jingle you think of when you're a kid?
Oh, it's definitely the Folgers in your cup.
Yeah.
Like every single time. I honestly can't think of any other jingles at the moment.
Even when I have a coffee in the morning and it's never Folgers. I don't even know if Folgers exist. And if it does, I'm doing them a disservice. But I'll have Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, the best part of waking up is just Dunkin' Donuts chocolate. Whatever, Starbucks, whatever it is I'm drinking, I sing the song in my head. Big Java in my cup.
Well, turns out.
Bigfoot, I mean.
Yeah. So it turns out, yeah, man. I mean, that's why they said, let's do Sesame Street. And it's funny because there's a lot of things that, like one of these things just is not like the other. I mean, I remember that song from Sesame Street because it was, on for the kids.
What about you, Danny? Do you have a jingle that pops into your head?
Yeah, but it's not a popular one. It was a New Mexico chiropractor company. And for some reason, that's today. I'll still just be walking around and I'm like, Caremore Chiropractor. You could live healthy, satisfactory.
That doesn't even rhyme.
I know. It's terrible. It's stuck in my. It's always stuck in my head.
It's like that lawyer that helps parents get custody of their kids that we always talk about. Their song never really rhymed. It just had. It was like them just poorly singing over a jingle song.
Yeah.
I can't believe we forgot the greatest jingle of all time. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even how it's like to
be. I know.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
There we go.
It's like, I wish I was.
I'm like, nope.
You can turn it into a Fall Out Boy song.
Oh, my God, we should.
No.
Fine.
What was the Toys R Us one? I don't want to grow up, but if I did, and they're bankrupt again.
Yeah.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah, they were trying to make a comeback, but COVID got them again, so no more Toys R Us again.
What was the best friend one? My buddy.
My buddy.
Oh, my buddy.
I had one of those, actually.
Wherever I go.
Speaking of Chucky, because it looked exactly like the My Buddy dolls.
I think Chucky was inspired by my buddy.
That's funny. My mom kept me away from the Chucky movies for the longest time because I had one of those and she was like, I don't want him to have nightmares.
Wait, Vicky's looking at him and my buddy was
creepy.
Cool. Don't even.
Look at him. He has
it's
soulless eyes.
Yeah,
And cute dimples.
Oh, yeah,
and
Chucky was
freckles.
totally based on My Buddy. I didn't realize that it was because they basically said, let's do a movie like basically My Buddy going insane. What a great idea,
I wonder if they hit up My Buddy and said, can we just use yours? And they're like, no, we don't need that kind of PR. We're trying to still sell these to children, guys. Thanks a lot.
That's a brilliant idea. I did not realize Chucky came from My Buddy. Oh, that's awesome.
Honestly, I think I probably still have my buddy around somewhere.
He probably looks like Chucky now.
Somebody's saying a lot of people are saying they're the one that always gets stuck in their heads, the Cars for Kids.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
KARS, Cars for Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, my baloney has a first name. It's OSCAR.
That's old school.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, whatever leaf it is.
That's a way old school one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're a kid, these are the ones we heard.
What was the Mentos one? I feel like the Mentos one was iconic growing up.
Oh, man, what was it?
I guess it wasn't that iconic.
One I always say a lot, it's like, I'm a big kid now.
What's that from?
Huggies.
Huggies.
Oh, yeah.
But whenever I do anything, I'm like, I'm a big kid now.
Oh, Joe Dredd just texted in saying, in case you haven't heard it, Paul Stanley from KISS did a Folgers commercial many years back where he sang the jingle. You can find it on YouTube.
Really? Paul Stanley sang the Folgers jingle.
Well, you know our buddy Glenn Cannon from Glenn Cannon and Damage Done.
Yeah.
Great dude. He, at one point, sang the jingle for car toys. The car toys.
Oh.
A better way to go.
That was Glenn?
Yeah, in the early years.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good,
by any chance, could you find the Paul Stanley
that's
one?
actually a good one. I forgot about car toys. That's a good jingle, too. See, it gets in your head, man, so we got to educate the children.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
You got it?
Here we go. I mean,
This is your wake-up call. Time to reach, go for it all. Culture stirs inside of me, and I know what I can be. Limit is the sky.
What is he doing? There's some gymnastic person or trapeze lady.
Like in a circus, and he's dressed like... Was this during like his phase where he was like the Phantom of the Opera guy?
he did some David Blaine stuff at the end of it, like some like it's magic,
And like he had like the white poofy shirt, like that Jerry Seinfeld one.
Yeah.
That was the most bizarre commercial in that way, and that was Paul Stanley.
Yes, that makes me feel weird, man.
Folgers probably paid him some good money.
I hope.
Hi, this is Gene Simmons from KISS.
Have a great
Steve, you
kissed
sound so distressed.
Yeah, because Paul's my guy, man. I love Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
He's like a hero.
Well, now he's your cup guy. You love that Folgers song, so he still is your hero.
But he bastardized the song.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Now you know what to do. Two of your favorite things messed up.
Apparently, it came out in 2000s, and I don't even think it actually really went on air.
It came out in 2000?
Yeah, according to this article.
Wow, that is a lot later than I expected it to be.
Yeah, if I'm Folgers and I see this in the marketing company's like, look, we got Paul Stanley from KISS, and they play like, yeah, never show that. God, no, pump the brakes on this one.
That's so awesome.
This is creepy.
On Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What is a single piece of coiled DNA known as?
Coiled DNA, sperm?
No.
Okay, then. Wow. This is happening, kids. Yeah, that wasn't...
That wasn't right.
That wasn't the answer. The correct answer is chromosome. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Griffel Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at griffelsplasma.com.